Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the Dirty Pat Walsh channel on YouTube with me, your host, Dirty Pat Walsh. It's Monday. I promised donut shop stories on the Monday. So, I'm going to give you a little brief understanding of the geography. First off, I lived on a street called Elmwood Avenue, which was just right off of Kerr Street. Kerr Street was kind of the like what Oakville was a very white bread town, but Kerr Street was well, certain parts of it were anyway. Kerr Street was kind of where you found all the like you could buy Chinese groceries or you could buy foods of the world kind of thing. Like it was like the ethnic part of town. But it was also where the gangs hung out. It was also where a lot of trouble went down. Um, a lot of heroin got sold on Kerr Street in the pool hall. Yeah, it was kind of a crazy place. But anyway, so you go. I went out to get to work. I walked out Elmwood Crescent to Kerr Street, and I walked around the corner, up a couple blocks, and I was at the donut shop. And the donut shop was in the middle of a parking lot, like smack dab in the middle of a parking lot. And there was two bars on either side, as I mentioned. They were both biker bars, or where a lot of bikers hung out. Um, O'Toole's and CC's comedy bar. I went there once. It wasn't very funny at all. Um, And so yeah, anyhow, so I quickly after a few incidents happened, I uh, I began to realize, fuck, I'm a sitting duck here. Like anything could happen to me, you know. Most of my job was just sitting around, reading, writing, smoking. That's when I started to really write seriously. Um, Smoked a lot of roll up cigarettes, and the owner was well. It started out with two owners, but that's irrelevant because one guy left pretty quick into it all. So the owner was this guy named Daryl, and he was like this big, burly, red-haired, like manny man, you know, big beard, mustache, all that jazz, and he was very pro America. That's the only way I can put it. I don't think I ever saw him without his sweater with the American flag stitched into it, or embroidered, whatever, knitted into it. Um, and his wife was just the same. I never heard not much from her other than her agreeing with Daryl. Um, and they wanted country music played on the radio. No other music was allowed. Therefore, I didn't have a key to the office to change the radio. That was a big hassle. I'd have like drunk customers coming in and telling me to change the radio to fucking Q107, and I couldn't. And they get pissed off at me, you know, because yeah, the country music station was awful. Anyhow, so after a few incidences, which I'll tell you about in further stories, Daryl, my boss, and I sat down. I asked him for a moment of his time, and I kind of told him my predicament, And I said, I'm kind of a sitting duck here all night. I don't have any security other than my own fists and whatever weapons I can find. Um, and the cops don't. I was honest with them. I said, the cops know me in this town. They don't like me. They come in here. They treat me like shit. You know. So I don't have any security. And so he put his big burly fatherly, manly arm around me, and he pulled me in and he said, "Patrick, I pray every night that you're going to have a safe shift. I pray for you every single night that you have a safe shift and you come out of it unscathed. And Patrick, that's the only security that you need." And and he fully believed that, you know. And now, granted, at the time, nothing happened to me. I never got hurt, other than some kind of anxieties and emotional traumas I suffered from the job. But I never physically got hurt. Um, so maybe he was right. I don't know. But when you're in the midst of getting bottles thrown at you, and you know, like, you feel pretty helpless, other than throwing the bottles back, which is what I did the one time it happened to me. Um, you kind of wish you had a panic button, or like, I wish I could have slipped into the office and at least been safe. Um, but yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Um, so yeah, I got to deal with a lot of. I had to figure out how to diffuse quite a few little situations, and I learned a lot during that job. I gotta say. Um, but yeah, so that was the lay of it. Like, my clientele mostly consisted of past 1 a.m., 2 a.m., past 2 a.m. in the morning. Last call was at 1 o'clock those days. Um, 2:30, things quieted down, and then my clientele got really weird. But you know, and then at around 5 o'clock in the morning, the Toronto Star carriers would start showing up, and they were a big part of who I served. Um, People who came up to pick up the Toronto Star to deliver it. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you about Richie and Armando. I'm gonna tell you about the lady from the mental hospital. I'm gonna tell you about the skinheads that I chased out, the gang, the local gang, uh, how that carried on into my personal life, uh, dealing with the local gang. Um, yeah, it was quite a year. It was at that job where my friend Craig called me up and said, "Do you want to come to move to Peterborough?" And I just instantly said yes. I had no hopes of a future here in Oakville, there in Oakville, at that point. So, all right, that's been. I just wanted to describe the owner and the general lay of the land for that one, but next week I'll be talking about a certain incident that happened at the donut shop. All right, people, be well, stay free, have a wonderful day, and I'll talk.